Having a second passport was once considered excessive, something for eccentric millionaires, international fugitives, or Hollywood stars. But today, it has become a backup plan for many ordinary people. Entire families have sought alternative citizenship to ensure mobility, legal security, freedom of choice, and access to other health, education, and employment systems. It doesn't matter if the reason is to escape political crises, protect assets, or simply be able to enter more countries without a visa. Many people try the traditional route, living abroad for years, studying, getting married, or looking for a connection to a foreign grandparent. But what if there was a shortcut? What few people know is that there are countries that legally sell their passports. Literally. You pay, invest, or donate, and in a few months you receive a new citizenship with all the rights that come with it. Today, Bello Mundo will show you which countries these are, how much each one costs, and why this type of document has become the preferred emergency plan for millionaires, digital nomads, and even ordinary families in search of freedom. Number 1. North Macedonia. In the heart of the Balkans, surrounded by mountains and crystal-clear lakes, North Macedonia is one of those countries that almost no one can locate on a map, but which could be the gateway to Europe. Although not yet part of the European Union, the country already has trade agreements, participates in European programs, and is officially in line for accession. Those who obtain citizenship now may be ahead of the game when integration finally happens. The government's citizenship by investment program is much more accessible than those of other countries on the continent. To obtain a passport, you must invest 200,000 euros in a development fund or start a company that creates at least 10 jobs for local citizens. The process takes 6 to 12 months and includes an interview, background check, and proof of the origin of the money. The Macedonian passport gives visa-free access to more than 100 countries, including Japan, South Korea, Turkey, and much of Eastern Europe. It may not be the strongest in the world, but it serves as an excellent springboard for those who want to start positioning themselves in Europe while spending less. And as a bonus, you can enjoy a coffee on the shores of Lake Ohrid, while telling people you are a citizen of one of the oldest countries on the continent. Number 2. Montenegro. Turquoise blue sea, snow-capped mountains, medieval towns, and one of the most beautiful coastlines on the Adriatic. Montenegro looks like paradise, but it goes beyond the visuals. It is one of the most promising countries for those seeking a second passport in Europe. Although not yet part of the European Union, the country already uses the euro as its official currency and is in the advanced stages of joining the bloc. In other words, those who enter now can get a head start when integration is complete. The Citizenship by Investment program requires 2 contributions: a donation of 200,000 euros to a national fund and an investment of 250,000 euros in government-approved tourist real estate, usually located on the coast or in resort areas. The process is quick, 6 to 10 months. It does not require permanent residence or cultural ties. The Montenegrin passport allows visa-free entry to more than 120 countries, including the entire Schengen area, Hong Kong, and Singapore. And if the country does become a member of the European Union, the document is likely to increase in value even further. Number 3. Grenada. In the southern Caribbean, there is an island with the scent of cocoa in the air, deserted beaches, and landscapes that look like something out of a postcard. Known as the Spice Island because of its production of nutmeg, cinnamon, and cloves, Grenada also offers something much less obvious: one of the most strategic passports in the region. The Citizenship by Investment program offers two main options. Donate $150,000 to the National Transformation Fund, or invest $200,000 in government-approved tourist real estate. The process takes 4 to 9 months and allows you to include your spouse, children, and even parents or grandparents in the same application, with fees well below those charged in European countries. The difference lies in its reach. The Grenadian passport guarantees entry into more than 140 countries, including the United Kingdom, the Schengen area, Hong Kong, and Singapore. And the bonus that attracts investors. Citizens of Grenada can apply for a US E2 visa, which allows them to open businesses and live legally in the country. In other words, with a single investment, you can travel throughout Europe, do business in the US, and still enjoy the Caribbean as your official address. Grenada may be small on the map, but it opens doors that are worth their weight in gold. Number 4. Turkey. On one side, bazaars with carpets, spices, and voices in 1,000 languages. On the other, modern skyscrapers, startups, and investments growing non-stop. Turkey is this contrast between the Ottoman past and the fast-paced future, and also one of the most sought-after destinations for those who want a new passport. The reason is simple. The Turkish program is one of the most accessible among medium-sized countries with good international mobility. The most common route is to invest at least $400,000 in government-approved real estate. There are also options for bank deposits or starting a business, but most choose real estate. The process takes 3 to 6 months and does not require residency. In other words, you can get a passport without ever living in the country. The Turkish document allows visa-free entry to more than 120 countries, including Japan, South Korea, and almost all of Latin America. It does not yet grant access to the European Union, but it works well as a secondary passport for those seeking diversification and a presence outside the Western axis. For many people, this country of hot air balloons in Cappadocia and centuries-old mosques has become a real, direct, and relatively inexpensive plan B. Number 5. Dominica. Waterfalls in the middle of the forest, hot springs instead of resorts, and trails that cut through the woods to villages that seem frozen in time. Dominica is not a traditional Caribbean destination, which is perhaps why it is so strategic for those seeking a new passport without attracting attention. Since the 90s, the country has maintained one of the oldest and most stable citizenship by investment programs in the world. The most direct option is to donate $100,000 to the Economic Diversification Fund. Those who prefer can invest $200,000 in government-approved real estate. The process is simple, no residency requirement, interview, or physical presence. Everything can be done remotely, with background checks and document submission. The Dominican passport provides visa-free access to more than 130 countries, including the entire European Union, the United Kingdom, Hong Kong, and Singapore. It is one of the most respected in the Caribbean and also one of the most affordable. It may seem curious to leave a volcanic island with a rainforest and a European passport in your pocket. But this combination has already become a reality for thousands of foreigners. Number 6. St. Lucia. Still in the Caribbean, St. Lucia looks like just another small island on the map. But up close, the scenery is surprising. Black sand beaches, an active volcano, and 2 movie-worthy mountain peaks. In fact, the country has been the setting for Hollywood productions and a discreet destination for millionaires. Today, St. Lucia has also become a strategic route for those who want a new passport without complications. The country offers one of the most flexible citizenship programs in the region. It is possible to donate $100,000 to the National Development Fund, invest $300,000 in tourist real estate, invest $250,000 in redeemable government bonds, or open a government-approved company. The process takes 3 to 8 months and can be done remotely. It does not require residency, family ties, or physical presence. The St. Lucian passport allows visa-free entry to more than 140 countries, including the United Kingdom, the Schengen area, Hong Kong, and much of Latin America. It also attracts families by allowing dependents to be included at reduced rates. Those who invest in St. Lucia buy more than just a document. They gain international mobility, asset security, and the right to visit a country that looks like a postcard, with the smell of rum, tropical forest, and sea breeze. Number 7. Greece. On one side, the blue Aegean Sea. On the other, ancient ruins, taverns smelling of olive oil, and white houses perched on hillsides. Greece looks like a living postcard and also offers a direct path for those who want to live in Europe with a real chance of citizenship. The famous Golden Visa allows foreigners to obtain residency by investing in the country. The most popular format is the purchase of a property starting at €250,000, considered one of the most affordable prices in Europe. It can be in Athens, on islands such as Santorini, or in inland villages. The process is simple and does not require living in Greece. You just need to maintain the property and visit the country frequently. After 7 years of valid residence, you can apply for citizenship with the same rights as any European citizen. The Greek passport is among the most powerful in the world. It gives visa-free access to more than 180 countries, including the United States, the United Kingdom, and the entire European bloc. For those who dream of crystal-clear seas, good food, and roots in the cradle of Western civilization, this may be the most charming plan on the continent. And yes, you can do all this legally, with a signed deed, a stamp in your passport, and a view of the Parthenon. Number 8. Egypt. When you think of Egypt, you think of pyramids, ancient temples, and the chaotic traffic of Cairo. But behind the tourism and archaeology, the country has also come onto the radar for another reason. It has become one of the most accessible destinations for those looking to buy a passport. In recent years, the Egyptian government has launched an investment citizenship program with several options. The most direct is to donate $50,000 to the state. It is also possible to buy real estate starting at $300,000 or deposit $500,000 in an Egyptian bank with a 3-year freeze. The process takes between 6 and 12 months. It does not require living in the country or proving cultural ties. All you need to do is submit the documents, prove the origin of the funds, and pass a security check. The Egyptian passport has limited reach. It allows visa-free entry to around 50 countries, mainly in the Middle East, Africa, and parts of Asia. It does not yet include the European Union, the United States, or the United Kingdom. Even so, the cost-benefit ratio attracts entrepreneurs who want to do business in the region, escape the bureaucracy of neighboring countries, or access trade agreements between Egypt and Arab and African blocs. And for those who enjoy a low cost of living history, desert, spicy food, and ancient symbols, it may be worth it. Number 9. Malta. In the middle of the Mediterranean, between Sicily and the coast of Africa, lies Malta, a small, sunny island full of fortresses that have withstood empires, crusades, and naval battles. Today, it is best known for its Baroque architecture, mild climate, and discreetly as one of the most direct paths to European citizenship. Malta is the only country in the European Union that still offers citizenship through direct investment. But to do so, you have to dig deep into your pockets. The fastest route requires a donation of 750,000 euros to the National Development Fund. Those willing to wait longer can donate 600,000, provided they live in Malta for 12 months. It is also necessary to make a charitable contribution of 10,000 euros and purchase a property worth at least 700,000 euros, or rent one for at least 16,000 euros per year. In total, the investment can exceed 1 million euros. But what you get in return is huge. A Maltese passport gives you access to more than 180 countries, including the United States, the United Kingdom, Japan, and the entire European Union. It is one of the most powerful documents in the world, and for those who can afford it, Malta offers citizenship, stability, and an official address in the heart of the European financial system. Number 10. Portugal. Mild climate, good food, safety, beaches, historic cities, and a language that comes with the package. Portugal has become the dream country for many people, and in recent years, it has also established itself as one of the most viable paths for those seeking European citizenship without spending a fortune. Unlike Malta, Portugal does not sell passports directly. What the country offers is the so-called Golden Visa, a residence permit that, with time and certain criteria met, can lead to citizenship. The minimum investment starts at 250,000 euros if it is for approved cultural projects. But most investors opt for real estate, funds, or starting a business. After 5 years of legal residence, even if not continuous, applicants can apply for citizenship. They must maintain their investment, have a clean criminal record, and demonstrate basic knowledge of the Portuguese language. The reward is one of the best. A Portuguese passport gives access to more than 180 countries and allows you to live, study, or work anywhere in the European Union. Portugal also offers political stability, a functional public health system, affordable schools, and a lower cost of living than other countries in the bloc. For those seeking a second passport with familiarity, structure, and a European future, Portugal is one of the safest and most welcoming routes. Number 11. Cyprus. Year-round sunshine, turquoise seas, stone villages, and a capital divided in two. Cyprus is a Mediterranean island that looks like paradise, but its history is marked by conflicts that still leave their mark. Even so, or perhaps because of this, the country has become a destination for investors seeking stability, discretion, and a possible path to European citizenship. For years, Cyprus had one of the most straightforward citizenship by investment programs. All you had to do was invest 2 million euros in real estate and you would receive your passport within 6 months. But after allegations of corruption, the program was shut down in 2020. Today, the country maintains a residency by investment program. The current path requires the purchase of real estate worth at least 300,000 euros, as well as proof of stable income and regular residence in the country. After 5 years of legal residence, it is possible to apply for citizenship. The Cypriot passport gives access to more than 180 countries and allows you to travel, live, and work throughout the European Union. The cost of living is lower than in other high-end destinations in Western Europe. With a modern healthcare system, international education, and favorable tax policy, Cyprus remains a solid option for those seeking luxury with discretion and a sunny life in the heart of the Mediterranean. Number 12. Hungary. Budapest at night looks like a movie scene. Illuminated bridges, castles on the horizon, thermal waters bubbling under ancient palaces. But behind the royal aesthetic, Hungary is back on the radar of those seeking a second passport. And the reason has a name: Golden Visa. After years with the program suspended, Hungary relaunched the Guest Investor Program in 2024, aimed at foreigners who want to invest and, over time, become citizens of the country. The entry fee is competitive: $250,000 invested in a government-approved real estate fund. There are also other possible routes, such as public donations and direct purchase of real estate of equivalent value. The program offers immediate and renewable residency. After 5 years of legal residence in the country, it is possible to apply for Hungarian citizenship. The Hungarian passport is among the strongest in Central Europe. It provides visa-free access to more than 180 countries, including the United States, the United Kingdom, Japan, and the entire European Union. Despite internal political controversies, the country maintains a good diplomatic reputation and attracts those seeking an affordable cost of living, beautiful landscapes, and efficient urban infrastructure. For those who want a European address between East and West, Hungary is a real gateway, with a view of the Danube and the future. But what about you? Would you have the courage to buy a passport? Would you invest in a second citizenship if you could? And which of these countries caught your attention the most? Tell us in the comments. And if you enjoyed this content, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell. Here at Bello Mundo, we continue to show you the most unlikely destinations and the most unexpected routes on the planet. See you next time.